Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel where today I am talking about the Thunderbolts are getting a movie in the MCU. Or should I say, the MCU. Yeah. So this story today is coming to us from Justin Kroll over at Deadline. You guys know that I don't like to read any of those clickbaity bullshit websites. I only read legit websites that report legitimate news. Before I get into that, make sure that you smash that like button. Let's go ahead and get right into this video, okay? Make sure that you subscribe and all that good stuff too. You know, click the little bells and stuff. But let's go ahead and get right into this article here coming to us from Deadline. Writer Justin Kroll did this today on June 9th at 1:30 p.m. Marvel's Thunderbolts movie taps Jake Schreier as director. Oh my God! Okay, so right here says exclusive Marvel Studios top secret Thunderbolts movie looks to have gained momentum as Deadline has learned that Jake Schreier is set as director of the new Marvel tentpole. Black Widow scribe Eric Pearson is penning the script with Marvel Studio President Kevin Feige producing. Yeah! In Feige we trust, right? Right? Come on, man! Yeah! So, not much is known about the plot of this film other than it revolves around a group of villains who are set on missions commissioned by the government. Another element that remains vague is which characters will be part of this team since the film is technically still in development. Though, sources say Marvel has been in touch with certain individuals who will already be part of the MCU to make sure keeping an opening in their schedules for next summer when it shoots. Oh my God, I sure hope that they got William Hurt on call. That said, some of the characters who would potentially be apparent in the film include Baron Zemo, Yelena Belova, Ghost, Taskmaster, the Abominations, U.S. Agent, and the Winter Soldier. General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is also a possibility since he is a person in the comics who assembles the first team, hence the name. What? Hence the assembles the first team. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! What's up everybody, Trinity here, welcome back to the Second Street Marvel, where today I'm talking about the Thunderbolts. There was this announcement that the Thunderbolts are finally going to be joining the MCU, and I'm telling you, I'm absolutely excited to see that happen and to see the Thunderbolts come to the big screen. But when all this news kind of broke, I was actually premiering a video, and one of my channel members, Jared Dyer, actually said, you know, in the little chat there while I was premiering, that they released, you know, this announcement that Thunderbolts was coming out. I was like, I had no clue whatsoever. So I went and I got on Twitter and I seen this article from Deadline, and I was sitting there and I started reading it. And in the article, he goes in to say, you know, just kind of, you know, they got a writer, they got a director that's getting ready. That's pretty much about all they've got for the show. And then it goes on to talk about the Thunderbolts team and some of the possibilities. And it actually named General well, I guess in this case, Secretary Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah, Thaddeus Ross. William Hurt, an actor who's dead. I guess we'll see if he's important enough to recast or not, you know, like T'Challa. Are you gonna do that one of these days, Kevin Feige? I'm just saying, maybe you should. Give it a thought. He's an important character. I think you could probably recast somebody like Thunderbolt Ross. I mean, I think he's an important character too, but hey, why not recast him? Recast T'Challa. Anyway, so I seen this and like immediately like I was triggered, right? Like I was triggered because like I read the comic books and I'm sitting there like I started, you know, just kind of like, and naturally, you know, I'm on Twitter, so I started getting in there and seeing some of the comments on there, and I started reacting and like I started losing my shit. I started losing my shit right there, and I got, like I said, I got fucking triggered. And I was like, dude, he's not even part of the team. Like, he was later. Like, I'm not saying that he wasn't part of the team later or anything, but like he wasn't, like in the article he even said that they named the team after him, and that is simply not true. I'm telling you, because like, and look, I'm not gonna act like I'm like some big huge Thunderbolt fan or anything like that, but last year I ended up buying this this omnibus right here that has the first first 33 issues. There's actually 34. It's got issues 0 through 33 in here, as well as their first appearance in the Incredible Hulk, and you know, a couple other little issues here and there as well. And I'm telling you, throughout this whole book, there's not one mention of Thunderbolt Thaddeus Ross whatsoever. Not one mention of him. Now, I also actually recently got this one right here. This is the volume 2 of Thunderbolts. This one has another 30-some issues of Thunderbolts, as well as some tie-ins, some Avengers, and different things like that. And I am almost willing to bet that in this whole second volume of Thunderbolts, there's probably not one mention of General Thunderbolt Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross whatsoever. Point being is, like, he didn't name the team. Baron Zemo is the one who formed the team. And the thing is, like I said, you already got people, and that's why I got triggered, because I already seen people on the internet reacting like, oh yeah, Thunderbolt Ross, yeah, like he did the Thunderbolts, and like, no, he didn't. He was part of the team later, absolutely. I'm not saying that he's probably not going to maybe form the team, or they're not going to name the team after him or something in the MCU. Certainly, we know the MCU takes things and they change stuff for whatever reason, and they will probably do that with this, because I mean, hell, you got every idiot out there on the, okay, I'm sorry. We got everybody out there on the internet already saying that Thunderbolt Ross had something to do with forming the team and forming the name, and that's absolutely 100% not true. Anyway, point being is, in the MCU, I think they probably actually will end up naming the team after Thunderbolt Ross, and hell, it'll probably end up, we're probably gonna end up finding out that it wasn't even Thunderbolt Ross. You know what? We're probably gonna find out that it was his daughter. His daughter is probably like part of like the, you know, part of the government too, and she's probably gonna die, you know, in service, you know, protecting some, one of the superheroes. She probably don't have powers, and she's gonna go down, and she's probably gonna become the Red Hulk. Then, you know, like, they're gonna name the team after her, not General Ross, who's already dead. He's already, I know, you're probably sitting there thinking like, oh god, this guy's one of those toxic band babies. No, like, honestly, I'm kind of playing this up, but like, seriously, I am kind of, you know, like, triggered by the fact that there's people out there talking like Thunderbolt Ross had something to do with the forming of the team, and even giving him the team its name, which is absolutely 100% not true. And it just kind of sucks that, you know, you get some of these people who are supposedly reliable sources like Deadline spreading this misinformation. I said it, misinformation, that Thaddeus Ross founded the Thunderbolts, which just isn't true. And anyway, the point being, I am kind of excited to see this team come to the big screen. It's interesting to see who they will bring into this team. I mean, they may introduce us to some new villains, but for the most part, this team was made up of villains who were becoming good guys, because they basically, like if you catch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the very end of the show, where you hear what's her name, Carter, Susan Carter, Susan, Peggy, yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. When you hear her on the phone talking, what she says on the phone is exactly what Baron Zemo formed the team of the Thunderbolts for. They wanted to go in, be disguised as good guys, and kind of save the day, because they wanted to get access to the government and all the information that they have, the files and everything on pretty much everything. Baron Zemo wanted to take over the world, right? That's why they were formed. But the thing is, like, in the comic books, the characters are absolutely great, because they formed to become good guys only to be bad guys. Like, they were gonna pull some devious shit in the comics, man. Like it's pretty messed up if you read the comics, like what they were going to do. But they went out and they started being good guys, and they started getting into the role. They started liking being good guys, and they started like the whole psychology went to that. They had a doctor there with them too, a psychologist, Sophia, Moonstone, yeah. and just like cool stuff where she was kind of there being a psychologist trying to tell Baron Zemo, like, bro, like everything's kind of getting out of hand here, man. Like these guys are really getting into this role playing of being good guys, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Like this is like we're messing these people up. Like it's messed up what we're doing here. And you know, he's kind of like, oh, it's all good. It'll be all good. And we've seen just kind of throughout the comics, like just some of the things that kind of go along with that. Some absolutely great stuff. Some great stories to be had in the Thunderbolts, which is exactly why I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the MCU. I'm sure just like they did Namor, I'm sure Kevin Feige's probably going to be like, you know what? We don't want the Thunderbolts to get confused with the Suicide Squad. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually take a team of heroes. We're going to take our heroes and actually make them be villains, because like there's no more hero stuff to do. There's not good enough villains. So we're gonna have them become villains, and they're gonna go attack, and they're gonna go make stuff happen, and then we're gonna have just have some of these newer heroes come in and start saving the day, and it'll all be fake, and it'll make these heroes seem so great. These new heroes that we have that are kind of incapable, but it's okay because we got this group of good guys who are now villains. They're gonna switch it. That's the MCU. That's the MCU for you, right? That's Kevin Feige. Guys, I'm kidding. Kind of. I could see it happening, but anyway, like I don't know. Like I said, I was kind of triggered, but I'm kind of excited too, waiting to see what the MCU is going to do with the Thunderbolts, who they're going to bring in and do this team. Will they change the team to be named after General Thaddeus Ross? Probably so. Probably so. I mean, everybody out there already has this misconception that Thunderbolt Ross had something to do with forming the team and forming the name. I mean, maybe in the later versions, maybe he's the one that got them together. Maybe it was his bright idea. I don't know, because I haven't read that yet, but largely that's not really what the history of the team was or anything. But if you guys want to learn about it, come subscribe to the channel, and maybe you'll learn a little bit more. I'll do some videos talking about all of these great stories that I have read in these two omnibuses of the Thunderbolts. But thank you all so much for being here today. Let me know down in the comments below your hype level, what you think about this writer and director, if you're hyped to see the Thunderbolts in the MCU and all that good stuff. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.